G'day, ZiggyD here, and welcome back for part 35 of the Path of Exile Survival Guide. In the last episode, I'm pretty sure we've done pretty much everything we need to do in Act 2 Merciless to now go on and kill Vaal. However, I'm not gonna lie, our character's not really ready to kill Vaal. Now we have two issues. The first is that I don't have a single target set up. Frenzy by itself it could work. I could probably get through the fight, to be honest, because Vaal is a very mechanical fight. But it's going to be very painful, and I'd like to, sort of show how to best prepare for things, more so than how to sort of drag yourself through fights by the skin of your teeth. Although that can be exciting, it's probably not the best way to go about things if you're new to the game. So I'm going to try and take some time to set this up. The first thing, one thing I need to do is try and get my single target set back up, so I have damage to do to Vaal. I could, put Frenzy into my 5-link like I did for the Oak fight, but if I do that, then I won't have an AoE attack, and Vaal does actually spawn adds, so you really need that AoE attack and the single target attack sorted out by this point, and it's something we want to get sorted out anyway, really. It's suboptimal running around like this. Now, on top of that, I'm pretty sure it's also time to upgrade our gear. Like, things like this, and that helmet is so rubbish, and the gloves are not really that great. This could be better. It's okay. The boots are okay. The chest is certainly kind of but it's we're running it sort of for the 5-link. We're gonna take a bit of a moment to take stock. And what we want to do is try and max out our resists if we can. That's going to help, especially fire and lightning, very important for the actual Vaal fight. But if we can get most of the resists close to being maxed out, it's going to help us progress through Act 3 as well. So it's about this point, we're level 63 now, where we can actually start moving into our sort of like our getting into endgame gear, the gear that's going to carry you up to and into maps where you can start then getting better upgrades. So at the moment, I do have a bit of currency. I have 7 Chaos, 1 Exalt, and some other scraps which don't really count as currency, really. None of this stuff is going to be tradable, but this stuff here is tradable. Now, we have a few options. Like, if we didn't have this currency at the moment, what we could do now to prepare ourselves for the Vaal fight is either try and make some currency, find some items we can sell, or find ourselves some upgrades, primarily by farming. Fell Shrine's the safest, otherwise you can farm Chamber of Sins or even Western Forest. Chamber of Sins is probably best. However, there are some other options if you're doing okay in the higher difficulty areas. There is, I can't see it in here, that there's the Thicket Zone in here, which is this question mark. There's nothing really in there. There's some small monkey bosses and things like that, and occasionally a large chest spawns in there as well. And it's a nice sort of zone to farm. Otherwise, you can actually do runs at the Waterfall Caverns if you've got up to this point and found yourself pretty confident. So there's a lot of different farming you can do in Act 2 Merciless. Another option is to simply join a public party to do the Vaal kill and get yourself into Act 3 where you can then farm City of Sun. This is probably what I would call the best way of going about this. It's certainly going to be the fastest, is to try and join up with a party and then get into either doing City of Sun, or if you've got good fire resist, doing docks farming, because you're going to progress much faster once you actually get into those. So just opening up the social party just to see. There's usually like a party doing Vaal. Like there's one here. These guys have already finished Vaal because they're in Sun, but there's usually ones going, and if there isn't one going, you can sort of start running yourself, and then just create yourself a public party and just say, running to go kill Vaal, that sort of thing, and then have people open that up to the public, and people can potentially join you. But since I already have the currency set aside, this is if you don't have the currency set aside to get a bit of extra gear. But since I have, 1 Exalt and 7 Chaos, I can potentially get some really nice gear pieces for this. I could do something like spend 1 Exalt on one really nice set of gloves or something like that, get one really good piece of gear that's going to last a very long time. But I've got a few pieces I could upgrade, so I'm going to kind of just see what's available to me, and I'll take you guys through that process. So as usual, I'm going to be using poe.xyz, and let's switch over and I'll do a little bit of searching and we'll see what we can find. Okay, so as usual, we're going to make sure we've got domination selected, and the first thing I'm going to look for is gloves. I can actually switch back to the game here and take a look at our current gloves. If we were looking for an upgrade, we could try and replace this current thing, but because we're going to be changing a few slots over, we're pretty free to just find whatever is a good pair of gloves. We can just find the best pair of gloves we can find that is affordable for us, because essentially all of our resists are low. Generally, if you're getting to the point where 2 of your resists are capped, and when you're trading your gloves out, you're losing one of the resists, you're not capping yourself properly, then you're going to want to look for something that is like a kind of a straight upgrade. Generally, there's a way I go about building an endgame set of gear. I get stuff that's good enough to get progressing and get farming. So stuff that's, you know, just okay. It caps out my resist, and it has a decent amount of life, and it works together. Then what I do is I start accruing very, very nice items. There might be very nice items I can't currently use yet because it would screw up my current balance of resistances or some other reason I can't use it at the moment. But I set that aside, and then I build like most of a set until I get to the point where I can equip all of that at once and have like a massive upgrade for my character. That's sort of the way of going about building an endgame set without having to constantly chop and change things to balance out your resists and stuff. But at the moment, some of our gear is so bad that I can just pretty much go looking straight for here. In fact, I reckon I could probably just sit in trade chat at the moment and see what gloves people post and then potentially buy an upgrade for this. But we're going to use POAXYZ because it's going to be a lot faster. So, looking for gloves, let's just go type, armor, gloves, and we're going to look for, do we need any sort of socket types? Generally we want a combination of red and green, so if we can get armor evasion rating items, I think that's going to be best. So let's look for those first. So we'll type in 1 for armor and 1 for evasion, and this just guarantees we're finding those item types. Now I could try and look for fallings and things like that at the moment, but I'm just going to stick with the basics for now. So we're going to go for elemental resistances. The pseudo means that somewhere on that will be some mixture of elemental resistances basically. And we're also going to look for maximum life. Now we want a decent amount of life, so I'm going to put in like, let's put in like 70. I want to try and find a pretty nice pair of gloves. Now there's other things we can get on gloves as well, like attack speed and fizz damage and things like that. So let's just sort of like try and get one of those things for now. Let's go for attack speed. Attack speed's pretty nice to have. So let's search for that. We're looking for 70 life as a minimum, and some attack speed and some resistances. Now we probably want to just limit the amount of junk we're searching through, so I'm going to limit the level requirements to 50. That's just going to cut out a lot of the lower level stuff, although the 70 life should also do that as well. So we have a pretty good some stuff already as well here. You know, this sort of stuff is kind of an upgrade for our gloves, but not a significant one. So I'm going to actually search for life. As you can see, we're looking at one here, attack speed, life, 28 cold resist for 1 chaos. That's about equivalent of what we have now, probably a little, about the same of what we have now. So 1 chaos, you know, we're looking at the same sort of gloves, so we should be able to get something for pretty, you know, an upgrade pretty easily it seems. So I think I'm seeing some pretty low resistance items. I can't exactly search by, like, I can't click on cold resist because it'll only give me cold resist gloves. I want to just find the best resistances overall. So we're just going to have to kind of look through this for a bit to see what we can find. Alright, what I might do for now, just to sort of get an idea of what sort of buyouts we're looking at, I'm going to search for buyouts only. I should actually also search for online only so I can get a deal right now. I want to buy from someone who's actually online right now. So here you can see gloves with attack speed, life, and 2 resist. 1.5 exalt is the asking price for this. Potentially we could haggle for something like that for 1 exalt, but I don't really think that's worth it for our character. It's sure they're a nice pair of gloves, they're a really nice pair of gloves, but I don't know if it's really that worth it for us. So, looking, sort of just scrolling through a little bit more, this is a pretty nice pair of gloves here for 10 chaos. That might be better, but what I'm starting to see as a bit of a theme is that attack speed adds a lot of price to things. This is actually a pretty nice pair of gloves here. It's got fizz, attack speed, life, and lightning resist. It's only a slight upgrade to our current pair of gloves, but that's potentially one we could go for. Maybe I might then try and remove attack speed and see if we can get just like a better defensive item for now, and then maybe later we can look at getting some more offensive gloves. So let's just go for life and resist now. And again, I'll search for life, max life first. We have, let me just scroll through and see what we can find for now. Alright, I've found a pair of gloves here for 3 chaos that is 80 life, the fizz damage is kind of nothing, 38 fire resist, which is a pretty high roll, and 24 lightning, which isn't too bad. This might be a nice piece here to get our resistances pretty close to capped. There's some other ones that are pretty similar, like there's this one here for 10 chaos with higher armor and decent amount of life and resist. That's one we could certainly go for. Would the extra armor be worth it? It's quite a few extra chaos there. This one actually has quite high armor as well. I'm gonna go for this one. See if this player is online and willing to sell these gloves. Alright, looks like we've got a really nice pair of gloves coming here. We'll head on into Act 1 normal for 3 chaos actually. The ones I initially messaged weren't available, but we just messaged this character here and found a very similar pair of gloves. And let's take a look at these ones. So we managed to get, for 3 chaos, we managed to get a little bit of fizz damage, 83 life, 38 fire, and 24 lightning resist. This is certainly going to balance out our resist a lot more. Now this one is obviously unlinked, so we might have to do a little bit of socket linking in the future, but what we're going to do is going to sort out our gear as much as possible for now, and then see how we go with that. So let's just head into Merciless just to see what our resistances are like now. And checking that on brings us up to a pretty nice capped fire and lightning now. So we can potentially just look for cold on our helmet, which our current helmet is cold, so we'll need to find a pretty high cold roll to get that sort of sorted out. But in two item upgrades, we could be in pretty good shape here. The other thing we're gonna have to do is buy some jewelers and fusings, because we need to fix up our no doubt need to fix up our helmet, gloves, and bow. But if we can get one 4-link, maybe we'll probably be alright. We'll do a little bit of sorting out of that stuff once I get this gear sort of sorted out. Okay, so with that sorted out, the next thing we're gonna look for is a helmet. And same deal on helmet, we're just looking for a defensive piece at the moment, but we're looking for a specific resist this time, so we can actually search for gold resist, and let's try and get like 35 cold resist. Let's see what's our actual cold resist at the moment. If we lose 12, that'll bring us down. We won't be able to cap out on the one item, I don't think, but we'll see what we can find. If we can find a decent helmet there, we can potentially change around some other things. Wow, straight up, the first helmet I see is 95 life, 38 cold, and 40 lightning resist. Is this one still available? Still available. Wow, that's insane. Okay, there's some really nice helmets for really cheap here. There's 92 life with cold and chaos. That's really nice as well. Getting some chaos resist is certainly going to help, especially since we don't need lightning at the moment. Man, I'm a big fan of that. Let's just take a brief look at our other gear and see what sort of things we might end up changing around. The glove has fire resist, and there's cold resist on our quiver, so we're not going to be able to change that anytime soon. Our boots are fine for now because they got move speed, resist, and life, as well as some armor and rarity. They're a pretty nice pair of boots, really, for us to sort of stick with for quite a while. Certainly could get some upgrades in our rings and amulets and things like that, but we'll try and get our base gear sorted out now, and I think our helmet's really the thing to go for that. So I'll just try and find the best value helmet I can that also has cold resist here. Alright, looks like we've got a helmet on the way. I ended up getting the one I was less happy with, the one with chaos resist, but that's certainly still going to be helpful. I don't recommend prioritizing chaos resist this early on, generally speaking, but certainly not going to help. Thank you. Stay safe. Oh wait, no, this isn't hardcore. Stay safe is not the traditional way of saying goodbye to people in domination, I don't believe. But nonetheless, we have a helmet here. We could potentially probably work with this stuff, but what I'm actually going to need to do now, let's go back first, go to Merciless, and check out our current resistances. This has also been a nice armor upgrade. The other thing I forgot to mention was that, you know, like picking up this, we can slash item level it, and see that we're dealing with level 51 item level helmet there, which, you know, that's 10 levels behind us. On defensive gear, as long as you've got good stats, it's okay, but 10 levels at this point is a pretty big difference. So looks like we're not really gaining too much armor, because this other one was a pretty nice armor helmet. But this one, the life and resist, is certainly going to make up for that. So we're looking at now 75 fire, 59 cold, 75 lightning. Not too bad. We're only slightly over cap, so any elemental weakness curses are certainly going to destroy us for now. But getting just close to cap is good at this point in the game. In terms of our life, we're up to about 3.5k now, which is pretty nice. We don't need this one. What else can we put on there? Enduring Cry. Cool. So I can just probably sell this helmet. It's really not that good. And there we go. Okay, so the next thing then is to sort out our sockets, which means I'm going to need a lot of jewelers. Now, jewelers are the sort of, you could potentially sort of farm. You're going to find some 6 sockets every now and then, and you're going to get some jewelers. And jewelers I don't usually have a problem with because I accrue them over time and only need them every now and then. But we've seen to have really bad luck rolling sockets on this character. So I remember 2 instances in this run now where we've done pretty bad with sockets. So I'm going to buy some sockets, and the only currency I currently have is an Exalted Orb. So the first thing I probably want to do is trade that to Chaos Orbs, and then trade Chaos Orbs for Jewelers and maybe some Fusings if I also need Fusings. But we'll go for Jewelers now. So this might take a little while, so I'll sort of see you guys once I can get that going. Alrighty, here we go. So I traded an Exalt to 25 Chaos, which feels low compared to Nemesis and stuff, but I think that's actually not too out of the average for domination. And then I traded a few Exalts for some, a few Chaos for some Jeweler's Orbs. Just 28. Hopefully this is enough for us to sort out some things. So I think I'm going to prioritize dueling the... Now, actually, I can get more sockets on the bow, but getting 4 sockets on the armor will last us longer. Like, we eventually might want to get a bow upgrade. In fact, probably, you know, in a short while, we might want to get a bow upgrade. So maybe I'll try and go for these gloves instead for now. So let's just try for a nice 4 socket. Come on, do this nice for us, game. Oh no! All right, there's the 4 socket. Okay, now I am going to try and 4 link this one because I need There's a 3 link. Let's leave this one aside for now, and then try and do the helmet first as well. I'm gonna have to do some serious gem sorting after this. So we'll try for a 4 socket helmet. There we go, nice and quick on that one. And we'll throw a fusing on this. Now we've got 2 3 links. Should I try and 4 link one of these? That might be best for me. Let's try and 4 link one of these. Which one's the nicest out of these 2? Probably the one we're going to upgrade the latest is going to be the gloves. So I think I will try and go, I'll trade these over for fusings now. So the way to do that is obviously just go to the Act 2 vendor. We'll be able to sort us out. Or the Act 3 vendor.
Hello.
And she'll trade 4 to 1 for jewelers to fusings, which isn't too bad. You're not really going to do too much better than that in trade. So 3 fusings is going to be a bit tough to get a 4 link. But hopefully we can. Come on! Alright, so I'm going to have to buy some fusings then. Yeah, they're usually 2 to 1 for chaos, so I'll see if I can get some of those in trade chat. Okay, 10 fusings. Now, it's not really that hard to get a 4 link on a 4 socket item. I usually tend to do it, like, I've done plenty of them now since they made it more likely to... They've recently made it like 25% more likely for it to happen. And I usually get them in like 4 or 5 fusings, so... Hopefully I can do this. Now, I think the, which ones are probably going to be the ones I keep for longer? Probably the gloves. I think they were like the more expensive, so I'll try and 4 link these. There we go, 2 fusings. That's always the way. You buy like a dozen and you get it in 1 or something like that. But, I think people are still trying to sell me fusings. When you get like 5 people messaging you at once for an offer you make, then you know you're probably underselling yourself a little bit. I ended up buying like 10 fusings for 5 chaos, which I'm guessing is not the correct ratio here in domination at the moment. But nonetheless, we finally have this sorted out. But what we will probably need is some right colors. But first, let's see what we got. So we got Frenzy. We want Frenzy. We want faster attacks for sure. We want Life Leech, and we want added fire or physical projectile attack damage. Both pretty strong. Let's go for... Well, let's just see what we get, I guess. If we get 3 green or if we get 2 green, we'll just stick with that. We'll go the most currency efficient. Both are fine. There we go. There's 2 green. So I'll go Frenzy, faster attacks, that, and added fire. There we go. Cool. Alright, we're starting to get things sorted. That's pretty exciting. So we have a few other skills we need to sort out. I got a decoy totem here, enduring cry, what molten shell, and temporal chains, I think. So let's try and get 3 green on this if we can. Oh, 3 green and a blue. Oh no, that's not right. We need to wait. No, we routed 3 red and 1 green. Oops. Damn, I can't run Molten Shell, Decoy Totem, or Enduring Cry now. Wait, reduce mana. We can run reduce mana. We can get rid of reduced mana and run Decoy Totem for now. I think Decoy Totem is the most important one. So let's stick these aside. We want to put our helmet on, and let's take stock of how we're going now. We've got a little bit less currency, but that's okay. We've spent it for a good purpose. We have our resist 75, 59, 75. Current life is 3,400, and current armor is 1,600. So just from our base armor there, pretty not too bad stuff. I can run temporal chains, and I might as well level up these guys while we're at it. Cool. So I think now it's time to head on to go do Vaal. We have our lightning arrow and we have our frenzy. I think we're ready to go. Oh, finally! I'm glad we got it. Glad we managed to get through that and get that sorted. So I'll go progress to Vaal. Pretty basic stuff. You guys know the drill for all this sort of running through here now. Just be a bit careful of the elemental hit guys and the chaos damage and like a bunch of rooms of mages and stuff like this. Alrighty, here we go. Let's do this. Open up the portal in advance. I do have the Apex. Good stuff. It wouldn't be the first time I had gotten here and activated Vaal and not having the Apex. Had to do the fight again later. But this should be pretty good now. I think we're feeling in good shape. Obviously, we want to still avoid Vaal smash, just because that sort of thing is going to kill you at this point. Even with 75 fire, and you know, with our armor's not really going to help against that sort of hit. So you know, we want to just play this fight as mechanically as possible. So he'll go straight into minion spawning there. Now we can just work down these minions. Now that we have our actual AoE skill sorted out as well, I'm just gonna sort of keep an eye out where he spawns. There we go. He's spawning lasers, so I'm just gonna run around for now. I ate that first hit, that's fine. With cap lightning resist, we're pretty good. There we go, he's going into rockfall phase. Now you can granite through the rockfall phase, and I do recommend, but yeah, I'm gonna wait until I take that first hit, then heal up, then use the granite. We're gonna start moving because he lightnings. No, he's ice, cool. Looks like with Frenzy we're doing pretty quick damage to him now, so that's pretty good stuff. And I'll go back to spawning as I could probably just attack him a little bit. And I just want to keep my Frenzy charges up this entire fight. Shouldn't be too hard to do. Just what? Oh, there he goes. He's spawned for the smash. He's going for the smash. Oh, Vaal, get out of here, bro. When you start see that desync walk, whenever Vaal's walking, you know something bad's going. Just run, get out of there. Granite up and run if you have to. But just get out because he's not supposed to run around like that. It's kind of just like a weird sort of bug, desyncy bug with him there. Here we go, it's working down a little bit more. As a spawn, work down these ads. Man, they're all spread out at the moment. My lightning arrow's not hitting them properly. Okay, let's get a better angle. Oh, going for the smash? No? Alright, rockfall, let's ground up and I'll just use lightning arrow so I can work down these ads at the same time. Alright, I'm out of instant heal flask, so I'm just going to have to be a little bit careful. He's spawning ice, I can go back to Frenzy now. Oh, there's the first laser. I don't think I have a dispel shock flask at the moment. What's he going for? Ad spawning. Okay, cool. Still have that shock stack, and there's a big shock stack. Going pretty smoothly so far. Oh, dodged the laser. Now, I lost my frenzy charges there, that's a bit unfortunate. It is actually possible to attack between those laser strikes, so I should really try and do that with frenzy. There's one. As you can see, oh, I missed that time. There we go. I'll work down those ads. Oh, more lasers. 5-second shock stack. Man, that's such a massive shock stack. Just sort of keep an eye on what he's doing. Alright, rockfall, cool. We can I'll ground it up in advance here. Whoa, we took 2 rocks right there. Lucky I had that granite up there, and that would have been pretty nasty otherwise. Oh man. Alright, might be time for a trip back to town. No, he's spawning ads, so when he starts spawning ads, you know you're alright, because you can get your fast charges back. That's as long as you're having an easy time dealing with the ads. Whoa! Oh, that was bad. Got hit by a few of those guys there. Oh no, the rock! Oh! Oh no, I missed the portal! I clicked it, oh man. Alright, definitely a trip back to town to refresh our flasks here. Oh, that was nasty. I sort of didn't really see what happened there, but I'm pretty sure I got shock stacked and then hit by a bunch of stuff. Okay. Let's get back to it. What I should be doing is temporal chaining Vaals. I can't believe I've forgotten to do that. But temp chains is a very good curse for Vaal because it slows down all of his different actions, makes him easier to dodge, makes him easier to judge. So we'll keep that up as much as we can. Otherwise, Enfeeble is always a solid defensive option. Let's avoid those. Alright, let's throw another temp chains down. Start building up my frenzy charges again. There we go. We'll dodge these. What's he going? What phase? Alright, slow him down, and there we go, we can start wailing on a bit. Another rock spawning. I'll do another granite there. Alright, start moving. Spawning ads. Just lightning arrow him for a bit. I can bounce the lightning arrow projectiles off him and hit the ads. Whoop! Alright, temp chains again. I lost my frenzy charges again. I really need to work on keeping those up and building that muscle memory. Alright, back to ice spawning, slow him down again, kill his ads. When the ads are right on top of him like that, you'll do quite a bit of damage with lightning arrow because of the bouncing around and the shocking as well. But slowing down, already spawning rocks. I don't have any granites, so I'm gonna have to keep an eye. I might drop another portal just there. Not the best spot for a portal because you could accidentally click on it when you're running around, but it's fine. Spawning ads. Just wait on him for a bit and then kill these ads off. I want to stick around in the middle, because if you stick to the walls when he's underground like this, he'll sometimes spawn up on the wall, which makes it a bit difficult to sort of avoid some of his attacks. You don't have as much room to move around. He's going for a second laser. There we go. Slow him down. Another rocks. Slow him down again. What's he going? Ice. Cool. Ice. You're free to attack him in ice. Another ice phase. Now, temp chains is like a very short duration at the moment. Oh, we're gonna go for the kill. We're gonna get the kill with lightning arrow here. No, he's gonna go on the ground. One last phase. Oh, shouldn't be over there really. Oh, it's stuck in the ice. Oh, the shock. Can we finish him off before he goes under again? Oh, there we go. Oh, and we got a unique too. Oh, he actually spawned an ad as he died. The flaying knife, Mighty Flay, the flaying knife. Mighty Flay actually is always a consistent sell. Everyone wants Mighty Flays for leveling any sort of dagger build or anything like that. They're all pretty good. But alright, cool. That looks pretty good. Anything else good in here? No. Nope. All pretty low on those. Yeah, nothing else too good there, though. The Mighty Flay is pretty nice find. Maybe I can try and, since I found a chromatic, try and fix this helmet. Alright, there's two red and green. Molten Shell and Enduring Cry. Yes. There we go. We've got everything set up now. Except, I don't really have... What did I have Enduring Cry on before? Oh, I need to put my helmet back on. Okay, there's Enduring Cry. So Enduring Cry mouse 5-5. Decoy Totem. Both my curses. Oh man, getting it done, getting it done. So let's actually make sure I click on City of Star, and that pretty much covers us. Finally made it into Act 3 Merciless. So we'll be able to sort of progress our way quickly to dogs, get some farming, start breaking into the end game. Once you kind of get into Act 3, there's only a few little things you have to do to break into the actual end game. So pretty cool stuff. Pretty excited to sort of keep this series going and push in towards that end game. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this episode. A bit of a mixture of shopping and finally clearing Act 2. Anyway, that's it for now. I'm ZiggyD, and thanks for watching.